All right, Google is starting to crack down on AI generated content hard. We're getting lots of reports of people getting hit with scaled content abuse flags. So I'm going to show you exactly what this means. I'm going to show you a tool to help you avoid this and give you some tips so that you can still use AI, but you got to use it smart so that you can continue to fly under the radar and benefit from all of the benefits of using it, and basically continue to grow your business. So this, obviously, this is the kind of the notice that you want to avoid. This is from Google Search Central, scaled content abuse, and this is basically their policy on using scaled content, using AI to basically generate tons and tons of pages, tons and tons of content. And this is against Google policies. And if you get this flag, if you get flagged for this, it is a website killer. It's really hard to come back from this. So this is why you want to avoid this at all costs. And they've warned us about this. This basically is from Search Engine Land. A couple of months ago, they warned us that quality testers are now assessing whether content is AI generated. Google has about 16,000 quality testers across the world that basically looks at all the content and views the metrics on specific websites and specific content and determines if it is AI generated. And then if it is, it will give that content the lowest rating. And it's really important that you do not get that, because it's going to really hurt your website ranking if you get your content rated and then you get flagged with scaled content abuse. They also say that they're directing their quality raters to watch out for other pages with main content created by automated or generative AI tools, and rate them with lowest quality, according to Google Search Senior Search Analyst and Search Relations Team John Mueller. So what does this mean? Basically, it means that you can still use AI, but you have to be careful. You can't be using it willy-nilly to release a bunch of content and a bunch of AI generated content that makes no sense. It's not written for humans. So let's go over the tool that I use, and I'm going to show you how to do this effectively so you can continue to fly under the radar and use AI. So you don't want to use ChatGPT, you don't want to use Perplexity, you don't want to use Gemini to write your content, because it's not going to write it effectively, and your chances are going to increase that you get flagged. You want to use a tool like this. Is a tool, Arvow. This is an Autoblog writer to create your content, and this goes through a bunch of checks and balances. It does use AI, but the winning aspect of this tool is that you can make it right with your brand voice, brand tone, and brand assets. So it's not going to seem and it's going to be indistinguishable from AI generated content. It's going to look like it's actually written by you, by your brand. You're not going to be able to tell that it's AI generated. So to give you an example, let's just pull up an article here to give you an example of what this can do, which you'll start to understand. Let's just see. This is for realtor. This is for like the Miami area, to help optimize. So basically, the thing that this does is, first, it optimizes articles for keywords that you want to rank for. Second, it makes the content very engaging for your audience, and it makes it really hard to tell that it's AI generated, because it's going to pull everything from your brand. So this is kind of an example. It has table of contents. This image is AI generated, but you can do your own images. So it has internal links linking to other web pages on your site, or external links linking to trusted sources outside of your site. You can include your own YouTube videos or a relevant YouTube video. And it includes excerpts and quotes, which adds to the authority. These are has graphs, images. So all the SEO components, all the bells and whistles, this does for you. Here's an example. This is kind of going into the article so you can see kind of the SEO markup of it. It has a meta description, alt text, H2, H3. So all this stuff is going to help it not get flagged. It's also going to help you from an SEO standpoint. But the nice thing about this is you can tailor this to your brand. So if you go over here, you can add in your brand assets. So you can add in your knowledge base here. So when you can add as many knowledge bases as you want. You can add your assets. So you can add in plain text. You can copy and paste plain text in here. PDF documents. So if you have training manuals, you have guides, you have anything that's coming from your brand, you can upload it here. You can also include your website information. You can include your YouTube channel information. So as much knowledge that you have that you want to share, it's good to put it in here, because this is going to, your articles are going to pull from this information, and you're going to be able to write in a more effective, brand friendly way. The other thing is you can add in your custom images. So this is really important to help you not get flagged either, is if you have your own images, and you can upload all of your images and it will cycle through your images, or you can pull from your images when you're writing your articles to make this more brand friendly. The other thing that you can do is, if you go over to your blog articles when you're actually writing your blog articles, so any of these inputs are from like keywords, which you can, which when you do this, when you enter a keyword, it'll create an input, and then you generate the article here. But before you generate the article, you can go in here and customize this even more. And you can also set up defaults for all this stuff, but you can add in more keywords. But here's where it gets really powerful: is you can change your language's tone of voice, formality, but you can also kind of do more advanced options. So you can add in custom instructions, secondary languages, so you can make this more brand friendly. Here's where you can use your own knowledge base to pull from. So it's going to write from your own knowledge base, not from AI as much. And then you can also, when it comes to your images, you can have it select your custom images as well. Internal linking, you can add your sitemap, and it'll even find your sitemap for you. So it's going to link to other pages on your website. So it's going to be even more SEO optimized. So you're using all of these components to generate, again, here's your YouTube. You can add your own as well, which if you do, it's also going to help you even more. So this is kind of the all-in-one solution that I would use to fly under the radar, so that you're not getting flagged, because it's going to be, again, indistinguishable if you have your own knowledge base, you're generating your own voice, your own branding, your own images, your own videos, using this software. Again, it's going to be really hard and almost impossible to know that this is AI generated. You're just using an AI tool to basically put the icing on top of the cake. So that is key. Now, the other things to keep in mind with this when you're doing this, and another reason why people get flagged, is if you're doing like one article a week, and then you go to doing 100 articles a week, that is a huge red flag. That was supposed to be 100. That's a huge red flag. So you have to make sure you're doing this gradually, because Google is using data. So they're using charts. They can kind of see, or they can absolutely see what you've done in the past and what you're doing now. So when you want to start generating articles, and mind you, this is an Autoblogger, so you can create 100 articles a day if you want to, but you probably shouldn't. So what you want to do is do a gradual increase. So you want to make sure that if you have one article, go to maybe like 5 articles a week for a couple of weeks. And then maybe go to, after that, after a couple of weeks, maybe go to 10. Don't go from 1 to 100 articles. So you want to have a gradual increase. And this goes with anything. If you're doing ads, increasing your ad spend, you shouldn't go from $1 a day to $100 a day. That's going to hurt you, because it's going to mess with the algorithm. This is kind of on the flip side, where this could hurt you in the fact that you get flagged for the scaled content abuse. So just make sure if you're doing this, you're doing the gradual increase, and then you want to max it out at a certain point. You only need a certain amount of content anyways, because there's certain keywords that you want to key in on. It just really comes down to the consistency. So when you want to scale up, do it gradually. And then from there, it's just being consistent each and every week, each and every day with content. And there's really no need to go overboard, because it's going to produce a red flag anyways. But that is it. That's the strategy. That's what's happening with Google. Stay under the radar. Be smart about how you're generating this information. Tie it into your brand. Use Arvow. There's a link below. You can try it out for free. But it is a tool that a lot of clients are using to rapidly increase their traffic rank for keywords above their competition. But that's it. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Hopefully that helps you fly under the radar as you're producing content at scale.